Hey guys, welcome to Boxing Squared for boxing news and views from around the internet. Deontay Wilder has met with Dazn to discuss a potential deal to come to the streaming service. So this meeting has occurred, and it's hard to know whether to be optimistic about the fact that it's occurred, but that it's occurred is, I guess, got to be taken as a good sign of sorts that, it's better than the meeting having not happened. And why I say that is because this whole talk of an undisputed fight with Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder has just dragged on for so long now. It's hard to get excited and really know if something is going to happen or if this will lead to nothing, because everything else has ultimately led to nothing. So Deontay Wilder meeting in New York with John Skipper. So I'll get to a couple of comments from the camps, especially Shelley Finkel and John Skipper. So talking to ESPN, Shelley Finkel of the meeting said, we did, but nothing was resolved, and internally we are going to continue to talk about it, and then we will be back to them. But it went well, Finkel told ESPN. So the article that Dan Raphael has done about this also goes on to talk about the context of other recent deals that have been negotiated independently with John Skipper, going around promoter Eddie Hearn, who is the main promoter sort of pushing the Dazn platform in the United States. Obviously, we now have Oscar De La Hoya, who is also doing stuff as well, got some of his own cards, and also represents Canelo Alvarez. So John Skipper, so it says here that he's been coy about the talks with Wilder. He attended a news conference on Monday in Los Angeles with Golovkin to discuss his new deal, and when asked about the Wilder talks, he declined to acknowledge them. I will not characterize them all or even confirm them. We have discussions with people, and until we announce, I rarely comment on them until we announce. So I don't have anything to announce, so no comment other than we're interested in having the best fights on Dazn, and we will put the fights on that people want to see. It's pretty clear that the one fight people want to see is Joshua and Wilder. So I guess that comment's not really responding to the fact that the meeting's happened or is going to happen. It's just a general comment saying, I've got nothing to say, but if anything does happen, I'll let you know. And I guess the let you know part is something we've been waiting on for the best part of 18 months now, because it wasn't just that the negotiations kicked off a year ago, seriously kicked off a year ago. There was talks when Anthony Joshua only had 2 belts, and Joseph Parker had one of the belts, and obviously Deontay Wilder, that who would fight Joshua, who would look to unify. Ultimately, after some to and fro, Joseph Parker became the guy to sort of unify with Anthony Joshua in March 2018. Also, we have Eddie Hearn here quoting on the situation in general. I think we've got a brilliant chance of making the Joshua fight. I've reached out a dozen times to make offers. Skipper has to be the one, in my opinion, who broke us the deal. He already proved through the Canelo and Golovkin signings that he's very good at doing this. I think he'll get Wilder. I think he will put the deal together. He spoke to me and said, what do you think? I said, go for it. Me and Shelley aren't going to get a deal done, and me and Wilder aren't going to get a deal done, so Skipper is the one to get it done. Then it goes on to talk about Lou DiBella, who brokered this whole meeting as the guy who is a promoter for Deontay Wilder promoting his events. But obviously Wilder has made it very clear that at the moment he's a promotional free agent and a network free agent. He says he can go anywhere he desires at any time. Another article, Sky Sports quotes Hearn on this whole sort of situation. It's very encouraging. I'm not going to say much on it because I don't want to jinx anything, but I think there's an opportunity for there to be someone to be a mediator and get the fight done. Clearly, the relationship between Team Wilder and Team Joshua is not the best. I think this is a route that is going to be very beneficial to the making of that undisputed fight. It's not just about doing a deal with Wilder, it's about doing a deal with Joshua. They've got to work their cut out, but the pieces are coming together. There's a long way to go, but we'll see where it goes. Now I think there's a strategy in place that could lead us to this fight. There's a clear desire from both sides to make the fight happen. Wilder's going to fight Brazil, that's his mandatory. Joshua fights Miller. If an undisputed fight gets made, it will be November or December 2019, but still a couple of hurdles. And I guess, that's it. This is encouraging that Deontay Wilder has met with Dazn, but it doesn't necessarily mean that any of this is going to lead anywhere. But I guess it's better than nothing. And if they really do want this undisputed fight and the sort of riches that will come with it and the legacy that would come with it, perhaps it will come together. But I still think November or December 2019 is perhaps a little optimistic. It does kind of feel like this is going to get stretched out even further until 2020. And who knows, between now and whenever the fight happens, either could lose and this fight could go up in smoke, and it could be one of the biggest missed opportunities in recent boxing history, and it will end up being a bit of a Bo Lewis sort of situation. And it already feels like it kind of is on that level already. I just don't know if the boxing politics will allow for this to be made. I'm not sure that Deontay Wilder will end up fighting on Dazn, the streaming service. If this was a fight where it was on Sky Sports in the UK and it was on Showtime or Fox pay-per-view, yeah, I could see that happening. But I'm just not sure it's going to happen if it ends up being pretty much all on, not Joshua's terms, but he has been working with Dazn, the streaming service, whereas Deontay Wilder has not. And his advisor, Al Heyman, is the force behind Premier Boxing Champions, which has content arrangements with Fox and also Showtime. So, you can kind of see there's interest at play here. They don't necessarily mesh together well, but let's hope for the best and expect the worst. Anyway, what do you make of it all? Drop a comment, loud and often. Hit like, hit subscribe, follow me on Twitter, boxing_squared. I'm out.